Welcome back, everybody.
I don't know what the button for the lights is on this particular vehicle.
I think it's F on all of them.
Is it? Yep, there we go. A light at least.
I'm mining this barley. Mining it.
You're mining. Mining
And,
simulator.
I'm leaving.
Straswalk.
Yeah, leaving it behind here.
Now, is it actually grown? You should turn the speed back down.
It isn't all grown. I was leaving the speed up until basically one strip grew. I was leaving it up. I'm hoping that we can get to some sunlight here before it grows the next phase. Then I'll turn it down. So
I'm planting this one field with wheat, and it's funny because it's like the row next to me is growing before I'm getting to the next row. Like not all the way. But
yeah, first stage or whatever.
Yeah, the first stage is growing, and I'm just like, whoops. No.
So we're gonna have to borrow money, or we're gonna lease a baler. Which are we doing?
I'm thinking. I don't know how the leases exactly work, but if we're playing on like one speed or whatever, I can't imagine leasing being a bad option, right?
It almost feels cheaty, the whole speed thing. Maybe you're not supposed to change the speeds like we do, but otherwise I think you get bored.
I mean, yeah, because we let that one field withered because it was growing too fast, and like you'd never, if you didn't change the speeds, unless you just constantly hire workers for things, I don't think you could ever buy more than 3 fields.
Right.
Or you'd buy all the fields and leave it on 1 speed and then sit around for 6 hours.
I thought we should. Yeah, I guess leasing's the way to go. I wonder if we should borrow money and buy another field.
I mean, that's a possibility.
Basically, I'm wondering if we should borrow some money. Okay.
Do you really want to borrow some money, Guude?
Let me tell you about some fantastic loan opportunities.
I just really like the fact of owing the bank's money. I do find the concept of borrowing money and credit and things like that interesting, that the better your credit score is based off of your credit limit.
Like how much of your credit you've used, basically?
Like how much you have. Like I read an article, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but if you only have a credit card with a $5,000 limit, you're going to have a lower credit score than somebody who has a credit card with a $20,000 limit, despite what they have like against that credit card.
Well, that's not completely true. Not despite it. If you go over, I think it's 30% of your limit, that negatively affects your credit.
Even if you're paying it on time.
Yeah, even if you're paying it on time. Like if you have a high balance on a $20,000 credit card, that will negatively affect your credit. Like you always want to keep your limits under 50%, no matter what like if you have a $500 credit card and you have, like, if it's maxed, even though it's only $500, that's really bad for your credit.
See, and how weird is that? If you could only afford to like get credit for a $500 credit card because that's all the credit you have, like let's say you're young, and you max it out and then pay it back at the end of the month, but since you maxed it out, you now get a worse credit score.
Right. Yeah.
I know with the in the fire service, it's weird because there's a lot of grants and things like that people can get for different initiatives and things like that you partake in your station. And we were applying for some things through one of the volunteer associations who didn't want to give us any money because their whole goal is to make sure that the fire stations that have a debt are out of debt. So if you have like a loan against a fire truck, they want to help you get those loans paid back so that you don't rack up accrued debt. But if you don't actually have debt, they won't give you money for initiatives because they think that you don't need it because
you don't have any debt.
You don't have the debt. So therefore you end up having to take out loans to do the initiatives that you want to do and therefore incur debt to do
pretty crazy
things. It's just like, I get the thought process. It's like, oh yeah, well, we don't need to help you out because obviously you're fine. But at the same time, the ramification of that is since we didn't help you out, you're no longer fine.
Right. That also is kind of bass backwards.
Yeah, it's just a weird, the whole money system is... Oops. Profits and stuff. No, I'm lucky enough that I don't have many like loans or anything. But then at the same time, I've heard that having loans actually helps you because it shows that you're paying things and increases your credit score.
Right. I have this one Chase card. I didn't realize how old it is. It's got on there like the date I got it, and I've had it since 2002. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize I've had this fucking card for 15 years now. And it kind of sucks because it doesn't have any benefits at all. Like,
so you want to cancel it so you can get one with benefits,
right? Like Chase actually has a Disney card, and I've considered getting that. And I called them not too long ago and asked if I could switch. And apparently, you can switch between other types of Chase cards that aren't partner cards, but not like a partner card. So I can't get the Disney Chase card. Mine, like I had to list all the benefits for all of them, and mine, the only benefit is that I get a free credit score every month. But like, I don't really care about seeing my credit score every month. You can request your credit score for free, anyways.
right?
So that's the benefit of my card, is that they give me a credit report, not a report, a score every month.
I do know. I played the credit card game for a while. I still do to get a bunch of airline points and things like that. Yeah. And at one point, I got denied for a card because my credit limit. I had too much open credit. So I actually had to cancel a credit card. And every time you cancel a credit card, they try to transfer those balances to other credit cards if they're all through the same company. Like if they're all through Chase, they were like, "Well, this credit card has a $22,000 balance. We'll transfer that over to your other Chase card." And I had to tell them, no, I do not want that credit balance. And the lady was so confused. And I said, I tried to apply for new credit cards, and I can't get them because I have too much credit. So I need to lower my credit amount so then I can apply for this credit card.
Right. Oops. So these fields appeared to grow, but they didn't actually grow. It makes me sad.
So you can't actually do anything with them?
No.
Well, I'm almost done. I got 2 more swipes probably of this field, and it'll be fully planted. Whoa, great demand for canola.
We ain't got no fucking canola.
Oh my god, I can't pull this. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, because that stupid thing was on the screen. I was wondering why my tractor slowed down to
yeah.
crawl. What is happening here?
You can't jump with those on the screen either.
Kind of a weird quirk.
Yeah. Alright, grow, damn you. Grow, I say.
So, did only that one strip grow then?
Yeah. I kind of hate how that works.
That you can't just tell it, like, hit a button when you finish the entire field and say grow it all at once.
Yeah. Well, what do we need? Where do we need it?
Yeah, I was going to say, do we know what baler we have to buy yet?
We looked it up in between some episodes, and I don't remember which it was. The Roll Belt 150. That's what it was.
Roll Belt 150.
All right, I'm going to lease it. Initial cost, $4,700.
So, do we get more money for wrapping them? Because didn't we find one of them was a wrapper? Like Eminem or something?
Would the real rapper please stand up? Looks like this grew while I was looking at that. Well, that's a different thing. That's like silage. You can do a thing with silage.
So, but how do we, if we wrap them, did they just turn into silage? And do they
over time, they have to decay, basically.
Like, we crank it up to 120.
Right.
There we go.
Silage, though. Shit, right here somewhere.
Okay, this field is about planted. At this very end that I just completely massacred. God, I massacred both sides. I tried to split the gap. It did not work. Over here. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of like that with the with houses, with the whole money thing we were talking about. Like Julia owns a couple houses before, or we had gotten together, or cheap houses in comparison to, DC houses. But that was still like a big freaking deal to it was a big deal that the fact that we had to like get credit while having two properties already in ownership amongst us.
Yeah. So do you rent those then, I guess?
Yeah, they're rented. But they're
it's kind of weird that you rent an enormously expensive house in DC when you own a bunch of houses. Where are they at?
No, we bought our house in DC.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, not yeah. I didn't mean to say rent because I knew you bought. Yeah, but I don't know. It's so expensive, and you already own homes.
Well, yeah, but I don't own those homes. I mean, technically, I kind of do because we're married. They're hers though. They were hers before.
Yeah, but if you got divorced now, they'd be half yours.
Probably, but I don't know if I'd want them. There's one's in Pennsylvania, one's in Baltimore.
Okay.
I mean, it's places that she's lived before, and that's why she had those houses. Gotta remember, they were like, the Baltimore one has actually like increased in value since she bought it, but purchased for under $100K. The one in Pittsburgh, I believe, was like $60K or something like that. Like, we're talking cheaper.
Wow.
Cheaper places. And yes, I know a lot of people are watching this going, but $60,000 is a lot of money. Well, yeah, it is. But when you're looking at, a 30-year mortgage or whatever, a couple $100 a month for pushing our tractor around trying to back this guy up.
So I guess you should go lease the thing. The plants.
Okay.
So I stopped looking at it. I started mining again.
The good old mining simulator. And there, I'll call that good. Okay, so I'm going to drive all the way over to town and then lease it to ensure we have maximum time spend.
Yeah.
Are you currently leaving the straw swath?
I'm leaving it.
I bet with the forklift, if we got a rear weight on this thing, I bet we could use that heavy duty one that we bought. Oh, I'm not in the admin console right now. It's
Give out our password, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this now. Like, how do I pull this off? Well, when I get over there, I'll have to take a brief respite from the recording. I almost hit the button too, and I was like, "Wait a minute here! Doesn't it just show the password?"
So, do you guys read to your child? At that age?
Not yet. I mean, I read one book to him when he was really angry one day, and he didn't seem to be paying any attention. Well, he doesn't look at the pages or anything like that. So I don't feel reading right now is as important. Like, just talking to him is the same as reading in his mind.
Right.
Do you read to your daughter?
I do. We actually been reading Harry Potter. We just finished the 3rd book tonight.
So when you read something long like that, how do you decide how much to read?
I've actually been doing one chapter, except whenever I wasn't actually sure she would be able to do this. This is the first novel that we've read. Harry Potter is. And it was mainly because there's a couple of songs that come on the Kids Place channel that are about Harry Potter, and so she knew about it. And then she asked about the movies because she saw them here, and I didn't think that it was right to start with the movies. I thought that that's a story that you should hear from the books first, and so I just tested her on it. But I'd also seen at the library that they made an illustrated version of Harry Potter, but there's only the first 2 books. They're doing one a year, so it's going to take them 7 years to get them all out. They've only got 2 of them out.
So, one moment. I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
I mean, you can keep the recording.
Well, I'll make sure the story is consistent.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. So we started with the illustrated version, and there were occasions where I felt like she really wasn't it wasn't keeping her interest, and so we wouldn't even get through a whole chapter or whatever. But by about the middle of the first book, she'd gotten she'd starting to like really know the characters and stuff, and so she got more interested in it. And so like whenever we drove to Disney for the Extra Life thing, I brought the books with us, and we read the whole trip. Like the first day was like 6 hours of reading the book.
You said the roll about 150, right?
Yeah.
Before I do this. Okay.
And she stayed interested the whole time. And so now it's at the point where after we finished the first book, she watched the first movie, and so she really knows the characters. And I could sit and read chapters upon chapters, and she just sits there and listens and pays attention. When I first started doing it, like I would read a chapter or half a chapter, and then do like a questionnaire, basically, like, okay, what happened, who is who, and stuff like that, to make sure she was actually understanding what I was reading to her. But she started reading herself this year too. Not huge words, but like 3-4 letter, some 5-letter words, and she's got the whole phonics thing down. So she'll also like sit there and look at the pages, and then she'll pick out a few words that she wants to read. She'll be like, when we get to this he, I'm gonna read this. It's like, all right. But the books get longer and longer too. Like the fourth book is double the size of the third, basically.
Well, and how long are the chapters?
I think, well, tonight we just read the first chapter of the fourth book, and it didn't seem like it was any longer than the chapters in the third book, so I just think there's more chapters total, basically.
So as a person, though, who's never read, like, the Harry Potter books, how long is a chapter of Harry Potter?
It normally takes about an hour, like, sometimes less, sometimes more, about, I don't know, oh, I'm full. I suddenly started moving really fast, I was completely confused what was going on. I don't really know how many pages, if I had to guess, like 30 or 40, maybe.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad.
But I do all the voices and all that stuff too, so.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do voices for my kid. Especially when it comes to the women voices, I'm going to be like, and then she was like, "Hello, Jack. How are you?"
That's perfect.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't scare him or anything like that. It's funny whenever, reading, women's voices, you're supposed to go, like, high-pitched. Like, you're not supposed to, per se, but, everybody just goes high-pitched. Oh, whoops, I think I just missed our turn. Well, I gotta get back to the map. I'm pretty sure I just missed the turn I was supposed to take. Yeah, you're not necessarily supposed to go high-pitched, but it's, like, a natural thing to go high-pitched.
Uh-huh.
And I can't do the high-pitched well because I have a deeper voice in general, and my high-pitched voice just sounds like completely fake.
I do more like a sultry woman's voice, like, and then she said, like that. That's like my woman's voice.
So it's like Guude's voice with an accent,
I guess. Yeah.
Oh look, our cultivators over here dropping off. Let's see, which field were you doing? Oops. I ran our new baler into a tree, but then I just realized it's a lease, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Just get that shit back.
Yeah, we don't own this thing. Comes with the territory. It's like renting a car. It's like, if I damage it, nothing against me, right? Is that how it works? Okay, so now...
I'm trying to remember when we actually started reading, like, not obviously as young as your kid is, but at least, I think it was like probably around 6th month or 8th month point, like once she could recognize shapes and stuff like that. And it was more like those board books that are like circle, square, happy, sad, and like that's the whole. It's not a story. It's just like pictures and words.
Was she talking at all yet when you started that?
No, it was definitely before she had started talking that we were reading.
So that's what I'd never know is when. I find it so hard right now as a new father to understand like what's going through my child's mind. Not that he probably knows, but like he'll go from crying hysterically to all of a sudden just smiling and laughing. And his laughing isn't actually real laughing. It's like this thing's beeping at me. Did I break it? His laughing's not like a ha ha ha. It's more of a that's what he does. It's so weird. And I'm just like, I don't know if that's a happy sound or a sad sound. But he has like this big smile on his face, so I assume it's a happy sound.
Sounds happy.
But it's like, I don't know like what just made you go from that crying to that random, I think is a laugh.
Yeah. Babies are weird.
Okay, so this thing just filled up.
Spit your shit out. Drop your load.
You have to hit the Y button to unload it.
That looks fantastic over here. I feel like you should not put it on the field though, because we're gonna have to pick that shit up.
But it's like one. How do I not unload it? Close the back. But but it's gonna be like one per swath. Why is it not turning on? Or one per run. Like, you know how many times we'll have to come off the field?
No.
Or he's going to put them at the end of the field.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like, go down the road, drop it, drop your load.
Drop your load. God, this thing's going to make a lot of bales.
Okay. They look fantastic.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Pretty cool sight to see. Pick up some of this loose stuff and hope this thing is all the way full. It's not. No. And getting the wrong angle at this thing. It's like almost full. I'm trying to fill it up, and so I don't waste time, and I'm wasting more time right now. There we go. Full. Unload it. Get out of here, bale.
Get out of here. Yeah, I've actually become addicted to the whole reading of Harry Potter now. Like, it's been a long. You know, the first time I read it's whenever it came out. So.
Oh yeah, the first time. Yeah.
So, it's and that was one of those things we had to wait like years in between each book. And so I've never actually gone back and reread it.
And now it's like Netflix.
Yeah, it's exactly. As soon as I finished the third, I picked up the fourth. It was like, here it is.
What do you think about that model, the Netflix model?
Just all the content all at once?
Yes.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's smart. Like, it doesn't.
I think it's smart, except for it makes me wonder, like, where is Netflix making money? Why are the other networks not doing something similar? Like, why? There's obviously a benefit for normal TV to be going at the model they've been going at for years and still making money off of, right?
Well, they make their money off of advertisers. And really, what needs to happen is advertisers need to change the way they work. Netflix doesn't have advertisers.
Yeah, I know, and I don't understand. Like, where do they get their money?
From us. We're paying for Netflix. They've surpassed every cable network at this point now in subscribers.
Just on subscriptions.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy to me because I feel like Netflix is so cheap for what it is and what you have access to, that how on earth could that cheap of a subscription fee be actually paying for everything it needs to pay for?
I mean, that's my understanding. I don't know where else Netflix would get their money. Like, what else do they don't sell anything else.
Well, Hulu, doesn't Hulu just still do advertisements at the beginning of...
They do.
So it's like, why is Hulu on that model of advertisements still, but Netflix doesn't have to be?
Well, I bet Hulu doesn't have to be.
Do you think they just are for more money?
Probably.
It's like YouTube Red. I guess Netflix is more like YouTube Red, right? Wait, is there advertisements in YouTube Red? I don't even know.
No. It kills the ads. YouTube Red's actually fantastic for the content creators.
Because it gives them more money.
Well, yeah, it does.
No, I understand.
But I guess there's no real reason for people to pay for it, right?
Oh my god, I just broke the game. Oh, Jesus.
You just threw that bell is just rolling away.
Yeah, I was unloading on the run, and the whole game just like completely froze and jittered and went crazy. Hold on, I'm trying to line back up on one of these. Yeah, that bell says "See you later, suckers." Dude, this is gonna take forever to build this field.
I'm seeing that. I mean, it's taking me forever to mine it.
So if that's mining, this is crafting. I'm crafting the field.
yeah, exactly. You are. You're crafting it into little circles.
The one thing Minecraft couldn't do. Craft things into circles.
Yeah, that's it. That's how we're playing Farming Simulator now. Minecraft
It was the circle of
game.
we missed you, circles. It was a tough road. Yeah, the whole Netflix thing, like I'm trying to think how I like the fact that when a season comes out, I can watch the season. But then you have to wait for the full cycle anyway until you get the next season of whatever it was that you were watching.
Right. I mean, you get all the shows, but now you're going to wait 6 months, a year before you get more shows. Yeah. You know,
like,
I was tempted. After you told me about Orange is the New Black, I was really tempted to go download, even though I have a Netflix subscription. But I didn't. I waited. I actually did some research into it, and apparently all the audio wasn't mastered yet, and there's a lot of overlays that weren't completed too. Like they have iPhones that just have like placeholders and stuff in the place. So it's not the completed content.
It was okay.
Still in
I mean,
production.
that's good to know. I'm actually watching the previous season of Orange is the New Black.
How you like it?
Good. I mean, I think the show's pretty entertaining. It's changed a lot since the beginning, though.
Right. Well, I mean, she had a husband then.
Well, and what I can't figure out is I wish there was like more of a time scale, because the only time scale I have is that there was a baby that was conceived and born already. Like, that's the only time scale I have on how far we are, or at least where I'm at, because I'm pretty sure the main chick that the show is all based around is supposed to be out of jail by now.
What, by season 3?
Yeah, probably by season 3. I'm in the middle of 4.
Well, her sentence gets extended for breaking the law inside prison, right?
Well, I don't know. Now you're ruining it for me.
I don't remember. I don't actually. I'm not spoiling it because I don't actually remember. Because I know that happened in Oz to like everybody.
I can imagine they're definitely leaving the door if that is what happens. They're setting it up to be able to do that, and I've been thinking that since the beginning of them doing this is a way to extend the show. Is they want to put something, be able to pin something on her so she's in prison longer. Yeah. So I can get that, but still at this point, it already seems based on everything that's happened that it's been way longer than because her original sentence was only like 15 months. And we know she's done at least 9 just because of the whole baby thing. And that seems to be...
I thought her baby was born before she went to prison.
Well, it's not her baby. It's the one baby, the chick who gets the baby conceived in prison. And then has the baby and gives it up for adoption.
Right.
So I know the time frame that there's been at least 9
Well, she was already pregnant whenever she got in, right?
No.
Oh, that's right. I remember now which one you're talking about. Yeah. I was thinking about the woman that
there was one that was pregnant. Yeah, there was one that was pregnant when she was already there. But I mean,
I think that's probably my favorite original series on Netflix. I'm trying to think.
Are you not a House of Cards fan?
No,
not at all.
Not at all.
Did you try it?
I tried. I tried hard.
So I will. How far did you get?
I watched all of season 2.
Oh, okay. So you watched where it actually got good, because I'm not into the political shows. I didn't think I was ever going to like this show, but I thought I'd give it a try. And we watched the first 3 episodes, and I was kind of like extremely bored and ready to give up on it. But Julia really liked it, so I was like, fine, I'll watch like one more with you. You know, a couple days later, and for some reason it really intrigued me, and now I think the show is great. I think the show has taken some crazy dark turns. There's no question about that, but I am excited for the new one to be coming out at the end of the month.
Like the end of season 2 is whenever his wife does something crazy, right?
His wife does things crazy all the time.
Well,
I don't know,
yeah,
the whole family does crazy shit constantly, so...
I'm trying to remember exactly what happened now. You know what it reminded me of, if I'm being honest? It reminded me of YouTube drama, the whole thing, and how people backstab people and fuck people over and treat people like shit and lie to their fans and then treat people that they're supposed to be friends with like total garbage and like just step over everyone to get another fucking subscriber and all this. And it's just like it was too real for me. I was like, I hate all of this. I already live this bullshit.
That's essentially, I mean, that's kind of what a lot of politics are anyway.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
why I hate
a
politics.
completely different form. Yeah,
it's a bunch of people fucking everyone over and then lying to the constituents about how they're gonna help them. We're gonna drain the swamp, everybody.
We're gonna put Hillary in jail and then fire the guy for doing the investigation that I said I was gonna put Hillary in jail for. Because now he's also investigating other people.
Well, I mean, that's the whenever he fired him, he cited the emails that he was negligent on the whole Hillary investigation.
Yep.
By the time this episode goes out, who knows?
Oh, this stuff's going to be like so far done and gone, but
it's going to be an interesting year. House of Cards actually came out and said that they can't compete.
Well, and I think they're modeling this season, they said, because now I think they're past the point where I guess it was based on either a novel or a series or something like that from before.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I don't know how far it went, though, but I'm pretty sure they said they're pretty much past where that ended, because now they're kind of crafting it to wherever they want to craft it to with tournaments that are happening.
It's going to be interesting.
I'm trying to think if there's any good shows I'm really excited for coming up. And I can't think of Making a Murderer 2, but mainly because I just want to know what the outcome of all that stuff is. Making a Murderer trial.
I couldn't watch that either. I was bored with that.
So I got really interested in that. It got extremely repetitive throughout the 10 episodes, though. They started just kind of by episode 7, you had pretty much seen all the content they had except for the verdict that comes out in the last episode. But they just kind of kept repeating a bunch of the same things over and over and over again. But I've been following the case and stuff. I read a lot of Reddit posts on the Stephen Avery stuff. I also read a lot of Reddit posts on the serial on Adnan Syed. I don't know if you listen to the Serial podcast at all.
No, you've mentioned this to me before, but I don't actually.
Yeah, the things I find most interesting about it is just that it's kind of happening real time right now, and how it's unfair, but it's opened up new trial possibilities for these people, and it's unfair to the extent of because they happen to be quote unquote famous now for the Netflix and the Serial podcast, that there's plenty of other cases that are very similar that people should have just as much right to a new trial that they're never going to get the opportunity for.
Right. They don't have a TV show about them.
Right. So it's kind of one of those weird situations. And you're not even done with this field yet.
I gotta go unload again.
I'm actually catching up.
Yeah. Fertilizing that was a big mistake.
Who wanted all of his wheat? I guess I never fertilized the field that is planted over there either. Oh, and I guess this is barley, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or to figure out what the hell to do with this stuff. Do we take it? Where do we sell it at?
I don't know. I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where to take the hay that you're baling right now, and I don't know how to take it. We're gonna have to get a thing to do that with.
Can't just throw them all in the back of the pickup.
Strap them down.
It worked so well for the.
Well, I guess we're out of time, Jeff.
Okay.
We'll see everyone next time.
See ya.